Good evening and a very warm welcome to you all from Time Chaser headquarters. I'm your host, Blondie Boy Steve, and this is my co-host, Strawberry Jams. Time Chasers is in the process of preparing some of its larger episodes where it sees a challenger take on a zone defender where the challenger has 5 games to accumulate as many points as possible. Those points convert into a precious time advantage for the challenger in the 6th game, the time chase, where the winner can win anywhere from $20 to $1,000.
Now, I know he's not very blonde, and I'm not really made of strawberries. But if you want to find out how we did come to these nicknames, you can check out our exclusive Time Chasers content on our Patreon page. We do go into a deep dive on who we are and answer a few other questions as well. We're also going to be adding some of our pilot games to Patreon, so make sure you check that out if you haven't already.
But tonight, we have another exciting episode of our Time Chaser Minis, where tonight's contestant could win up to $50 just by answering 60 seconds worth of questions.
Now, they'll get to play Race to the Top and Shuttle twice, so there's an even greater chance of getting that $50 prize.
As you'll recall from our previous episode, Jordan gave it his all when he played. Let's have a look at where the leaderboard is at.
Now, tonight's contestant is George. Welcome to the show, George. Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
Hello, I'm George. I used to be a dancer. I don't really know what I am now, but
What sort of dance did you do?
contemporary.
Oh, exhilarating.
Artsy, flowing about.
Exhilarating. And what sort of categories do you think that you'd be good at, George?
The arts, hopefully. Not good at sport. I'm all right on geography. Maybe a bit of science. Don't know.
All right. Well, we'll see what we can get for you. These categories are drawn randomly. While we're on the topic of categories, though, we will be playing Race to the Top first. Let's check out the rules. Race to the Top is played over 60 seconds.
We'll start with 10 challenges. Starting from the first challenger, we'll ask them to select from 3 themed sets of questions. We'll then ask them 6 questions over 60 seconds. Challengers can re-attempt any question as many times as they wish. Challengers can also say pass, and we'll come back to the current question if we have time.
There's $5 for 4 correct answers, $10 for 5 correct answers, $25 for 6 correct. The furthest fastest will receive 50, and 50 if you beat the Race to the Top record. So, George, your 3 categories for your first attempt of Race to the Top are
Cartoons from the 80s, fictional bunnies, and board games. Which category would you like?
I think I'm going to go with board games.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Yep.
Challenger, are you ready?
Yep.
3. Good luck. 3, 2, 1.
What board game was the first to be sold as a non-coffee product at Starbucks?
Pass.
In 1987 to 2008 version of Boggle, the letter K appears on how many letter dice?
4.
Incorrect.
3.
Incorrect.
2.
Incorrect.
1.
Correct. In the 1988 book, The Monopoly Companion, what is the name of the character who is in jail?
Mrs. Peacock.
Incorrect.
Pass.
In the painting game Masterpiece, how many pricing cards have the word forgery on them?
3.
Incorrect.
2.
Correct. The dice game Yahtzee, how many dice are used?
6.
Incorrect.
8.
Incorrect.
7.
Incorrect.
And that is time.
Correct answer was 5.
Oh,
Yeah, when you started off with the 6, I was like, oh, so close.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
a matter
remember
of
the wrong
going
rows.
downwards as opposed to going upwards. But you did very well there. We're having some really, really tricky questions tonight, and the categories are drawn at random, the 3 that people get to pick from. So we will now go on to game number 2.
Now, your 3 categories for this one will be breeds, cartoon cats, and the Karate Kid trilogy. Which category would you like?
what was the first one again?
Breeds, like animal breeds.
Probably breeds then.
Beautiful. Our first contestant actually started off with this one as well. So let's see how you fare against versus them. Challenger, are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. The Basenji, Brussels Griffon, and the Saluki are breeds of which household pet?
Dog.
Correct. American Crested, Sheltie, and Abyssinian are breeds of which household pet?
Also dog.
Incorrect.
Cat.
Incorrect.
Pass.
The Knapstrapper, Turcoman, and Falabella are breeds of what large animal?
Horse.
Correct. Silver Martin, Thrienta, and the British Giant are breeds of which household pet?
Ferret.
Incorrect.
Rabbit.
Correct. The Marimana, Jersey, and the Palmyra are breeds of which farmyard animal?
Cow.
Correct. Oriental Shorthair, Singapura, and Kinkalo are breeds of which household pet?
Cat.
Correct. American Crested, Sheltie, and Abyssinian are breeds of which household pet?
Time's up, unfortunately. Wow,
Yeah.
that
was a very, very great effort. Yeah.
That was unbelievable, George. At the first, at the first sort of 20 seconds or so, I was like, maybe not. But yeah, you got 5 correct answers. So $10 for your attempt there coming your way. Well done.
Absolutely smashed Liam out of the water with that one too.
Yep.
Our first contestant.
Okay, so we're now going to go on to our second game, which is called Shuttle. Shuttle is played over 60 seconds.
We'll start with 10 challenges at the beginning of Shuttle. We'll then ask them as many questions as possible in 60 seconds. If a challenger gives 3 wrong answers, it's game over. If a challenger gets a higher score than another, the lowest scoring challenger is removed from the game until there's 1 challenger left at the end.
Each correct answer results in $2, and this will get upgraded to $50 for the furthest fastest. There's also $50 for the Shuttle record. Challenger, are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. The President of the United States lives in which American landmark?
The White House.
Correct. Which edible paper is made from the pith of an Asiatic tree?
Sugar paper.
Rice paper. In biology, DNA and RNA are 2 types of what complex organic acid?
Ribonucleic and deoxynucleic, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
nucleic
know.
I'll accept. So 2. Are birds of prey carnivores or herbivores?
Carnivores.
Correct. In what colour group is Bow Street in the original version of UK Monopoly?
Red.
Orange. John Lennon and Yoko Ono took part in a bet in what in 1969?
Pass.
The correct answer is protest, and we're out of time, but you gave 3 correct answers, so that is an additional $6 coming your way. But we play Shuttle twice for each person, so this
Moving
will
on
be...
to game 2, yeah? You've absolutely done phenomenally so far. Let's just be honest, George. Steve, what do you reckon?
Yeah, George has done incredibly well. So now we go to game number 2. George, are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. What is the opposite of nocturnal?
Diurnal.
Correct. In musical theatre, We Will Rock You is a jukebox musical about which rock band?
Queen.
Correct. Which Austrian composer wrote a piano quintet in 1819 known as the Trout Quintet?
Beethoven.
Schubert. Stefani Joanne Angelina Germanotti is more commonly known as Lady Who?
Gaga.
Correct. In computing terminology, what does RAM stand for?
Random access memory.
Correct. In competitive swimming, what is the shortest Olympic swimming event?
50 meters.
Correct. What kind of vehicles are usually raced in a velodrome?
Bicycles.
Correct. In railway signals, what colour light is usually at the top?
Green.
Correct. And we are out of time, but 7 correct answers.
7 correct answers. Good job.
Killed it, George.
Was that all correct, or did I pass?
The only one you got wrong was the Schubert question, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. Well, so we now have our winners. So the winner with a very good score of 6 correct answers and only just pipping Liam at the post, with 7 correct answers and only just pipping Liam at the post with 6 correct answers is George. So George, you are going to have that performance rounded up to $50. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Time Chasers. In this follow-up with Isaac. Isaac, you were the most successful contestant in our leaderboard competition. Musical instruments, well done.
Oh, thank you.
You had 11.2 seconds left on your clock, so your $25 is going to get upgraded to $50.
Awesome.
And that will be sent to you shortly. And in addition to that, we have another announcement, and that is that we are not only going to give you that upgrade of the $25, but as the world record holder for Race to the Top for our minis, with a record of 6 correct answers and 11.2 seconds left on your clock, previously beating Pat, who had about 6 or 7 seconds left on his clock. You get another $50. Congratulations.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. Awesome.
Okay, well, that is all that we have time for tonight. So we'd like to thank everyone for joining us. But until then, here's Strawberry Jams.
And he's Blondie Boy Steve. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.